Hello and welcome to the Connecting to Wellness Health Score Workshop. I'm Dr. Schuler. Do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit who is in you, whom you have received from God? You are not your own, you were bought at a price. Therefore honor God with your body. So everything that we're going to talk about today on this Health Score Workshop is at our website, www.connectingtowellness.com. So we're just going to get into it. One of the reasons we came up with the Connecting to Wellness website and training system is the Ray Vanderlaan Faith Lessons from the Promised Land. Ray Vanderlaan is a historian that goes around to historic parts of the Bible and tells you the symbolism and gives you a life lesson. And so one of the lessons was talking about how God really wanted the Israelites to influence the world. And so, you really should shape your culture, and the culture shouldn't shape you. And so, with your health and you being the temple, you want to be an example to those around you and help those around you be able to influence the world. And it's hard to do that when you have not feeling well, or you have a lot of interference to your body, or you can't go do mission trips or go do acts of kindness. So one of the cool things he talked about was God wants you to be a living stone and a standing stone. But back then, when someone did something great, they would actually put up these standing stones, and then so people would ask what the standing stones were for, and they would say, well, let me tell you how great my God was. We crossed over the Jordan River, and God parted the seas, and we were able to cross and conquer the Promised Land. So one of the nice things about the Connecting to Wellness is people are going to see a difference in you, and you're going to be able to influence the world around you. So now, how did we come up with the wellness scores? Like, how did we get up with the score sheets, and how did we come up with the checklist? I started practicing in 1994 at the age of 25, and then years and years later in 2009, I combined a practice with another friend of mine who's a chiropractor. And so one of the nice things about chiropractic is, you can't do any drugs or any surgery. I like not to do that. And so, you have to get people well without these things. And so I believe that's true wellness, because I don't believe absolutely that people are truly well if they're taking medications. We'll talk about that later. But so what we wanted to do as we started our practice was make sure that we didn't contradict each other. So what we did is we sat down for a couple of days and went through like the techniques that I did and the tests that I did, and then what I thought I saw in people that were well. And then we made sure that we weren't contradicting, but it was just interesting because we saw very similar tests, very similar treatments, and and the same attributes. So coming up with all that for several days, then we found out there was like 7 general areas of wellness that both of us like to analyze, these regions of wellness and how to treat them. And so then that's how we came up with Connecting to Wellness program. So it takes the 7 general areas of wellness and the practices with simple tests to score wellness, evaluate it, and continually work on them. So now with this health score workshop, you get a packet which you download from our website, connectingtowellness.com, and then you're going to have a master score sheet that you're going to fill out by using these individual score sheets. And so there's 7 categories of wellness attributes that we're going to come up with a score for each one. And then it's not necessary to get a score in each, like all the scores in each category, but you at least want to get one in each category. But the more scores you get, then the more valid your health score is. And the nice thing about this is you can actually add other like tests, like you've gotten from your MD or from your physical therapist, personal trainer, or from your doctor, that you can actually add on there, and then you can figure out which category it is in and then add it to your score. So we're going to go through each of these wellness categories and through each of these tests to help you figure out how to come up with your health score. So one of the nice things about the Connecting to Wellness is that we're going to come up with a way for you to come up with a habit, so you don't have to keep doing this over and over again and always have to be training. But I mean you don't have to keep being so strict on yourself and having to do the checklist and the scores, but eventually it should just become habit, and then you can just kind of use it to make sure that you're staying on track. But in the beginning, you're going to do a little bit more work. But so one of the things that is hard in the beginning is just to keep motivated. So that's what we're going to go through. Why, you need to come up with some whys. It's good to write down some whys and why you're going to do this, so you can stay motivated during this. So here's Barbara. She's a wife, grandmother, a clown, a singer. She ran the nursery at church. She was the treasurer at church. She was the office manager at my office. She had COPD and emphysema. She had smoked her whole life, and she just knew she made some bad decisions, and when she was 65, she had a chemical stress test, which actually plummeted her blood pressure. They tried to get back up, and then they couldn't, and then she ended up dying. She was a big advocate of the wellness program. She was feeling a lot better when she was getting adjustments, starting to exercise, and we were coming up with some of these scores during that time. And then, so she is one of the reasons why we do the connectingtowellness.com, because I've seen so many people. I've been frustrated so much in my life. So many people that did so much to help people and who helped the church and made a difference in the world, but their life was cut short, which stopped their witness and stopped them from influencing the world. So this is one of the reasons why we started Connecting to Wellness. Do you believe your health care attitudes affect your health choices, which affect your health? Now these guys here made some healthcare choices to be strong and big, and therefore, that's the way they became. I'm not saying everyone needs to be this big, but your health care does affect your health. Your health attitude does affect your health choices, which affect your health. These people wanted to lose weight, and they did, and they ended up being able to fit in his pants, which is kind of great. So, so one of the nice things about coming up with a health score is it helps you realize where you are. And so, this is the goal, is to be optimal health, 100% function, continuous development, active participation in the wellness lifestyle. That's the 100%. Good health is regular exercise, good nutrition, wellness, education, minimal nerve interference. A lot of people stay in this false wellness or comfort zone. You're maintaining health, you have no symptoms, your nutritional is inconsistent, your exercise sporadic, and your health not a high priority. It's called false wellness. This is poor health. Poor health is symptoms, drug therapy, surgery, and losing normal function. Disease is starting to develop, you're getting sick. And then disease is multiple medications, poor quality of life, potential becomes limited, and body has limited function. So, when would you think when would be the best time to move toward wellness? And in which direction would you like to move toward? And where would you rate your health on this chart? So the nice thing about a health score is it actually helps you figure out where you are. Do you need to wake up and make some better decisions? But the important thing is the best time to start moving toward wellness is immediately. So, because you never just stay in the comfort zone, or you're either going to start to progress toward illness or you're going to start progressing toward wellness, like kind of the snowball effect. Sometimes it takes a while, but eventually, people might not get any symptoms, and all of a sudden they'll start having a lot of symptoms, and some people have a tough time starting to get well, but eventually they do really well. So you're going to go one way or the other. So the nice thing, and one of the things that we knew about being in practice, is that most people that we see start out in this wellness or in this illness category, and where you have obvious symptoms, you have a lot of nervous system dysfunction, joint instability, inflammation, decreased range of motion. So you got to do a lot more care, costs a lot more money, a lot more time when you're down here in illness. And then in prevention, then a lot of times you'll see people who are already healthy, they're just coming in, but they don't have to, you're not spending so much money and time to be healthy. And so, your ultimate goal is to get into this wellness area, 100% function. So, in physical, chemical, emotional are the three areas that we need to work on and remove the interference. And then you remove this interference physically, chemically, emotionally, then you'll move and connect to God, and then you can make a difference. So, are you ready for the stresses in your life? How is your temple? So, as we said earlier, your body is a temple for God. So, is your temple made up of exercises and nutritional programs, and that are scientifically proven, and it's been proven to be this way without drugs and surgery because of years of clinical experience? Or is it a hodgepodge of things you've heard or been told, or you're trying? So, because eventually you are going to have stresses in your life. So, are you always going to be mopping up the problems in your life? Are you gonna actually repair the problem with your body, or or can you get to the point where you actually can prevent the storms from coming before you even have to repair this or that? So, preventable illness makes up 70% of the burden of illness and and the associated expenses. So you see so much expenses and trouble nowadays and illnesses, but the nice thing to know is preventable illness makes up 70% of the burden of illness. That means only 25 to 30% of the problem is genetics. The rest is preventable.